How coffee could be helping or hurting your blood sugar and diabetes. Have you ever wondered how coffee can be both good and bad for diabetes? What's the real truth? Coffee is one of the most loved drinks in the world, yet its effects on blood sugar and insulin sensitivity leave many people confused. Is it helping or hurting your health? In today's video, we're diving deep into what science says about coffee and its impact on your blood sugar, overall health, and even your risk of developing diabetes. Stick around to discover how coffee truly affects your body and the surprising benefits and precautions every coffee lover should know. Coffee and immediate effects on blood sugar. Imagine sipping your morning coffee. It's warm, aromatic, and the perfect pick-me-up. But what you might not realize is that this simple habit can cause a quick spike in your blood sugar. Even though coffee itself doesn't contain carbs or sugar, it stimulates your body to release stored glucose, giving your blood sugar a noticeable nudge. It's like jump-starting a car engine. The caffeine acts as the spark, temporarily revving up your system. For anyone managing diabetes or watching their glucose levels, this effect can feel unexpected but manageable with a bit of mindfulness. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Caffeine, in its pure form, has a unique impact on your body. Studies show that pure caffeine can reduce insulin sensitivity, meaning your body doesn't use insulin as efficiently right after consumption. However, when caffeine is consumed as part of coffee, this effect is much less pronounced. This difference might be due to the other compounds in coffee, like polyphenol, which seem to balance out caffeine's sharper edges. For coffee drinkers, this means enjoying the beverage doesn't necessarily carry the same risks as pure caffeine. To navigate this, pay close attention to timing and quantity. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach, for example, can amplify its effects on your blood sugar. Pairing coffee with food may reduce the spike, but be mindful of what you eat. Combining coffee with high-carb or sugary meals could amplify blood sugar swings. Think of it as managing a small fire. The right approach can keep it controlled, but the wrong one can make it flare up unexpectedly. Awareness and moderation are your best allies here. Coffee in the long term. Is it harmful? You might be thinking, if coffee spikes my blood sugar right after drinking it, won't that lead to problems in the long run? Surprisingly, the answer is no. While coffee may temporarily nudge your glucose levels, studies consistently show that drinking coffee regularly doesn't negatively affect long-term blood sugar control. It's like a noisy neighbor who makes a racket during the day but leaves no mess behind. Annoying in the moment, but harmless overall. What's even more reassuring is that research indicates no significant differences in fasting blood sugar or insulin sensitivity between coffee drinkers and non-drinkers over time. In one study, participants who consumed several cups of coffee daily for weeks showed no adverse effects on their glucose tolerance or insulin function. This challenges the common belief that occasional sugar spikes directly lead to long-term issues like insulin resistance. Coffee lovers can breathe a sigh of relief knowing their favorite beverage isn't a hidden villain. So, what does this mean for you? If you enjoy coffee and are keeping an eye on your blood sugar, there's no need to feel guilty about that daily cup, or even a few. The key is consistency and balance. Treat coffee as part of a larger lifestyle that includes healthy eating, regular exercise, and good sleep. While coffee may spark short-term reactions, its long-term footprint on your blood sugar appears to be minimal when enjoyed in moderation. Coffee and type 2 diabetes risk, the positive side. Here's some great news for coffee lovers. Research strongly suggests that drinking coffee may actually lower your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Studies involving hundreds of thousands of participants have found a clear pattern. Those who consume coffee regularly tend to have a reduced risk of diabetes. In fact, for each additional cup of coffee per day, the risk drops by about 7%. This means your morning ritual might be doing more than just waking you up. It could be helping to protect your long-term health. One particularly impressive study followed 17,000 people over nearly a decade and found that individuals who drank 7 or more cups of coffee daily had half the risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who drank 2 cups or less. While this doesn't mean you should start chugging coffee nonstop, it highlights the powerful connection between coffee and diabetes prevention. The polyphenol and other beneficial compounds in coffee may play a role in reducing inflammation and improving insulin sensitivity over time. That said, moderation is key. If you have a sensitivity to caffeine or heart health concerns, it's best to keep your intake at a comfortable level. Think of coffee as a tool in your health toolkit, a small habit that, when combined with a balanced diet and active lifestyle, can contribute to better overall wellness. Coffee for people with type 2 diabetes. What you need to know. For those managing type 2 diabetes, coffee can feel like a double-edged sword. It offers potential benefits, but also requires careful consideration. While coffee can trigger temporary spikes in blood sugar, it doesn't necessarily worsen diabetes over the long term. Instead, The key is understanding how your body reacts to it and making adjustments to enjoy it safely. Think of it like a favorite spice. Used in the right amounts, it enhances your meal, but too much can overwhelm the dish. In some cases, drinking coffee, especially alongside meals, may amplify post-meal blood sugar levels. This happens because caffeine can interact with the carbohydrates in food, leading to higher than expected glucose readings. A practical strategy is to drink coffee on its own or pair it with low-carb snacks to avoid those amplified spikes. Keeping a glucose monitor handy can also help you track patterns and adjust your routine to suit your needs. Despite these challenges, there's no need to eliminate coffee entirely. For many people, it remains a safe and enjoyable part of their daily life. Plus, its potential to lower the risk of diabetes-related complications and its wealth of beneficial compounds, like antioxidants, makes it worth considering. Conclusion: what coffee means for diabetes management. When it comes to diabetes, coffee sits in a gray area. It's neither a complete villain nor an outright hero. It's true that coffee can cause a temporary blood sugar spike, but its long-term effects on glucose control appear to be minimal. More importantly, it offers surprising benefits, such as reducing the risk of developing type 2 diabetes over time. If you're already managing diabetes, coffee can still be part of your routine, provided you're mindful of how it fits into your overall health plan. One crucial point is personalization. Coffee's effects can vary widely between individuals, influenced by factors like meal timing, caffeine tolerance, and overall health. Experiment with drinking coffee at different times of the day or adjusting your portion size to find what works best for you. Small adjustments, like monitoring your glucose levels and avoiding sugary creamers, can go a long way in ensuring coffee supports rather than hinders your health goals. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet or routine. Your journey toward better health is unique, and taking it one thoughtful step or sip at a time can make all the difference.